The chemistry has made a lot of revolutionary changes in the last years. There has been so many discoveries that implies that daily life changes in an irreversible way. In this video, we will talk about how chemistry has changed some important areas. Please enjoy it.
Chemistry is a very important, if not the most important, aspect of medicine and health. This is because many illnesses will require treatment, in which pharmacists will need a good understanding of chemistry and chemical properties to discover what solutions will be needed to treat the illness. For example, common colds are treated by things like Zcam or cold ease. However, for many illnesses, there is no actual cure. There are usually things to tame or relieve the symptoms of an illness, or there could also be an injection to prevent the occurrence of a future case of the illness. There are injections to help prevent the possibility of diseases, like tuberculosis or cervical cancer. However, many of these injections to prevent these cases can't 100% guarantee that you won't be infected, but they can lower the likelihood of occurrence. We do not only use medicine to bring us back to full health. A good understanding of chemistry leads to the development of other things to give us good nutrition, which also helps avoid disease.
Food chemistry is the study of chemical process and interactions of all biological and non-biological components of foods. Food and feed are generally derived from plants and animals which have been grown and bred by humans for several thousand years. Over time, these plants and animals have undergone substantial genetic change as those with the most desirable characteristics were chosen for breeding the next generation. The desirable characteristics were developed by selecting from naturally occurring variation in the genetic makeup of those individuals and breeding to combine or enhance these characteristics. In recent times, it has become possible to modify the genetic material of living cells and organisms using modern gene transfer technologies. Genes which cause expression of desirable traits were selected from organisms such as bacteria and transferred into plants to alter their genetic material in order to produce these desirable characteristics.
The chemical warfare involves using the toxic properties of chemical substances as weapons. All these weapons are considered weapons of mass destruction. The Hague Declaration of 1999 and the Hague Convention of 1907 forbade the use of poison weapons in warfare. Yet more than 124,000 tons of gas were produced by the end of the World War I. The French were the first to use chemical weapons during the First World War, using the tear gases ethyl bromacetate and chloroacetate. For many terrorist organizations, chemical weapons might be considered an ideal choice for a mode of attack. If they are available, they are cheap, relatively accessible, and easy to transport. At the start of the World War II, it was reported in newspapers that entire regions of Europe could be turned into lifeless wastelands.
The average temperature of the Earth is 15 Celsius degrees. This is cool, but not cold. It's the temperature of a nice spring or fall day. It keeps this average temperature because there's a balance of heat gained from the sun, heat being lost to the freezing cold of outer space, and heat being returned to the Earth by the atmosphere. If the sun's heat is blocked, the Earth can freeze quickly. If something keeps in the heat too much, Earth can also heat up quickly too. Energy from the sun follows different paths. Naturally, occurring gases like ozone, water vapor, methane, and carbon dioxide let the visible light pass as it comes from the sun and goes through the atmosphere. However, when the heat energy heads back into space, these gases absorb that energy. They then radiate about 84% of it back to the Earth's surface. The lines around carbon dioxide represent the vibration that all of these molecules do that causes them to absorb the infrared radiation and re-radiate in all directions. This makes Earth warmer and inhabitable. However, humans are adding other gases into the air like freon and nitrogen oxide. Plus, we're adding additional amounts of ozone, methane, carbon dioxide, and water. These intercept more heat and sending more back to the Earth's surface. It's like the Earth is wearing an extra coat that it didn't have on before and doesn't want now. To this problem, we have three solutions. Number 1. Put the trash in its place. If we put the trash in its place, we will have no longer more trash in every place. So, we will have more clean plants and water. If we have more clean plants, we can produce more oxygen and less dioxide carbon, or carbon dioxide. So the greenhouse effect will produce but with less strength. Number 2. Clean water. If we have more clean water, we can survive for more time. This can save us in every situation. Number 3. Plant more trees. Like I mentioned in point 1, having more trees we can produce more oxygen and less dioxide carbon. So, it will be less greenhouse effect and, therefore, less global warming. In conclusion, we are neither in favor nor against. Well, more favor than against, because although it helps us in all things, it perjudicates us in other things. So, we need to learn how to use it but in a moderated way, so we don't hurt the environment and other things.